Welcome back to Access Carolina. We are surrounded by celebrations and tempted by delicious foods. So how do we master nutrition all year round? We've got Layne VanLieshout from LV Wellness Consulting, and you brought some delicious treat ideas too. Welcome, glad you're here.
Thank you for having me.
You give people advice on this all the time, and one of the first pieces of advice you like to pass along, you say prioritize protein-forward meals. How do we do that?
Yes, so if you could aim for 1 to 2 palm sizes of protein per meal, that's a great rule of thumb. It's so important for brain health, our immune system, especially, during certain times of the year, but also it helps to keep us fuller longer, regulate our blood sugar, and also just feel better overall.
Yeah, and if you feel better overall, you're less likely to reach for the bad stuff you don't need so much. You also recommend we start our meals with the veggies. We're going to create something here, but starting a meal with veggies, you're just kind of, again, adding something good to fill you up a little bit more.
You're filling up on the good stuff, but also even more importantly is you're regulating blood sugar, which is what affects our mood and our energy a lot, our brain health, and just how we feel throughout the entire day. But it's also going to help feed our good bacteria and our gut microbiome, which is so important to me, and that affects our brain health and total body health as well. So if you can start your meal with veggies, that is amazing. You can also just prioritize several colors on your plate per meal.
Okay, like that. And if you're going to start with veggies, you want there to be a really good dip or something that makes them even more appealing.
Like something like this.
Another piece of advice, you tell people do not skip breakfast. Explain why we shouldn't skip it and what we should be having for breakfast.
Well, I'm a big proponent for eating breakfast every day of the year, but especially when we might be having more fun foods, eating more food, more sweet treats, we want to kickstart our metabolism. So that's what breakfast is going to allow us to do. And if you can pull in that high protein tip, the veggie tip, and really have a balanced breakfast, it's going to support you for the rest of the day, especially with regulating your hunger cues. It'll keep you from overeating later, essentially, but it's also just going to help you feel better.
So even if you can just grab a yogurt and banana, as long as you're eating something, you're off to a better start than trying to skip through it.
Yes, eat something, but ideally something with higher protein as well.
Okay, get the protein in. Yeah. And then instead of grazing at the meal or the party, commit. You say make a plate, understand what's eating in front of you. What's the strategy there?
Well, with holiday meals especially, you'll have like a spread and you'll just walk by and grab something, or you'll be talking and eating at the table, but what that leads to is mindless eating a lot of times, and so you really forget or don't realize what you're consuming. So make a plate instead so you can visualize what you're eating, not only in terms of quantity, but also the quality of your food. The other thing with grazing too is it's really disruptive to our gut. So if we can separate it and have a full meal every 3 to 4 hours / a larger snack is okay as well, that's really great for your gut health.
Okay, that makes sense, because I'm sure when you look at what's on your plate, you realize you've had a giant scoop of wing dip already, not the 15th pass by on the table. And then you say we should remind ourselves to eat slowly, chew thoroughly, be present while we're eating. That makes the food really make an impact.
Well, for several reasons. So first, we live in such a fast-paced society. We're used to shoveling down our meals in maybe 10 or 15 minutes, if that. And if you can slow down your eating, specifically focusing on chewing slowly, ideally to an applesauce consistency, it's not only going to help your satisfaction with the food, you can actually enjoy and savor the food, but it's also going to help your digestive organs release the enzymes and secretions to actually digest your food, so that you're not leading to more bloating or digestive discomfort, and it can also help when you're full.
Yeah, and I guess it's just something you remind yourself of, but the food being in your mouth, that's the good part. That's when you want to chew slowly and really savor every bite.
Exactly.
Be with it. Now for the treat. You brought some ingredients here for something kind of satisfying and good, and it starts with you've chopped up some of the veggies we're talking about, carrots and everything. Is it the dip that makes it extra delicious?
Yes,
okay.
I think so. So this is a gut and hormone-friendly Greek yogurt veggie dip. So we have a cup of Greek yogurt.
All right, go ahead.
So we're going to be getting our protein in through this. This is probably close to 20 grams of protein on its own. Now, of course, you're going to be sharing this with people most likely, so you're not going to get this full serving of protein, but it will, at least help.
And Greek yogurt is such a life hack. There's no reason not to use Greek yogurt where you can.
And then we have a variety of herbs and spices. So we have half of a tablespoon of garlic powder. Now, if you're sensitive to, the garlic aroma, you can go lighter on this if you want to.
Okay. So far, so good.
Half a teaspoon of onion powder.
This is something that's going to be flavorful and savory and make you feel like you're having something you crave.
Now we've got our herbs, so half of a teaspoon of dill, and I'll make a quick note that you can use fresh herbs with this as well. That would be my preference actually, but this is usually in our pantries already.
These are the
so
things we have.
it's kind of nice that you likely have a lot of this on hand, if not all of it. Last one here. So we also did a half a teaspoon of parsley, and now we have basil.
Okay.
And then
smells great already.
It does.
All right. We'll mix that up a little.
And then in here we have quarter teaspoon of salt and about an 1/8 of teaspoon of cayenne pepper. You can do regular black pepper if you'd like, but you just mix all of this together.
Perfect. That blends right in at the party table.
It does. And so then to top it off, we'll squeeze half of a fresh lemon on top and just mix that in once more, and you are done.
Beautiful. And as you squeeze that lemon, you're an applied functional medicine certified practitioner, and through LV Wellness Consulting, you help women achieve kind of total body health. Talk about your approach and what it's like to work with you.
So my approach involves labs. So we're really looking at the whole body health and how can we optimize full body health.
Okay.
So getting lab work, collection of hormone labs, gut health labs, and then seeing where we can optimize the body so you can feel your best. And then we customize an approach for you.
Good. And you keep people motivated with great ideas like this. Looking forward to having a bite of this. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Anybody watching can learn more about working with Layne and LV Wellness Consulting online. We'll have that on accesscarolina.com.